but we're going to be talking about food recipes that you can make at home in our cooking segment today. With me here is Wawira Njagi, who's a food content creator. Karibu sana to the show.
Thank you, Joyce.
Now, of course, a lot of us like to eat good food. We want to experience new delicacies. We want to really play on the flavors with our palates. And so, we also need to figure out some new recipes so that we're not eating bland food all the time. Wawira here is passionate about creating new tastes and flavors, and she's here to share with us some of her most favorite dishes, especially the ones that we can easily make at home. So right off the bat, what are some of the types of foods that you particularly like?
The types of food I like the basic foods. I like dairy. I like mashed potatoes. I like chapos. Yeah, I just like the normal foods, but they should be good food.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have like a secret recipe of spicing up your githeri? Because most people find that very bland.
I don't have a visually say a secret recipe for spicing up my githeri, but
There's a picture of your githeri.
yes, that is coconut creamed githeri.
Coconut cream githeri.
Yes, it's a recipe it just came to mind. People, I don't know, people are just scared of trying out new recipes or being creative about food. So it's just something I thought about and I tried it and it was amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Was cooking always like a passion of yours, or did you kind of stumble onto this out of necessity, convenience? What was it?
No, actually. I was trying to find a niche to do like say content creation. I tried quite a number of things. Then I just niched down to food and I did it so effortlessly. So that's how it started.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you started off as a content creator, really wanting to find a space.
Yes.
And food
exactly.
then ended up being it, not
Yes.
the other way around.
Yes.
Had you always like been into cooking though, or anything like that?
I liked cooking. I loved cooking actually, but I didn't know I would actually do it as, something for my content creation or for the world to see. So I just started blankly, and it worked out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now that you're sharing these recipes on your platforms, what's your focus? What's your main aim with the recipes that you share? What type of recipes do you really like to focus on?
I like to focus on homemade recipes. Just use simple recipes, play around with spices, flavors, just to bring out the best in food.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a particular dish that you absolutely love, or one that is your personal favorite?
My personal favorite is the mashed potatoes. The
What do you do to
coriander
them?
mashed potatoes. It's actually a recipe I created. Coriander is dhania. Yeah. You boil your potatoes, fry your potatoes, add coriander, mash them, and that's it.
Oh, okay.
It's as easy as that. Yeah.
You fry them just on their own, or with like
You
onions?
fry them in onions and coriander, because that's the main spice to use. Yeah,
in
that's
fact,
it.
There's a video of it. So
Yeah.
at this point, the potatoes have been mashed.
Yes. Then I garnished them with the coriander, but the coriander are also cooked. You can see the stems.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cooked how? You just karangad them
Yes.
in the pan with the
Then
onion.
added my boiled potatoes and mashed them all together.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you mash them with like milk and butter?
You can use milk, you can use butter, you can use as well coconut milk.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So you seem to now like a lot of coconut in your
I
dishes.
do. It's one of my favorite.
What about of the recipes that you shared on your platforms? Which is the one that you'd say is, I guess, one of the most popular?
My Thai mbuzi. So I made mbuzi. I played around with spices, but the most specific spice I used was thyme. Yeah, I got it from Kaluhi's kitchen, and I tried it, and it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my favorite tomato.
Is it roasted? Is it fried? Is it wet fried?
It's
stewed?
wet fried. Yes, it's wet fried.
Okay. Okay. How do you keep the ideas going then? Like, I'm sure there's been many times where you've tried a recipe, maybe it
Backfired.
backfired. How often are those occurrences?
I have tried quite a number of recipes and they did backfire. But what I do, excuse me, what I do, I like to do a bit of research and know what goes with what, because not every spice goes with every spice.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of research online, on YouTube, from other food content creators, just to know what they are doing and to also get that knowledge
Yeah.
about food and the flavors and everything.
Because cooking really is a science, isn't
Yes,
it?
exactly. Yeah, it is.
So, what are some of your favorite spice combinations?
Wow. One of my favorite spices combinations, paprika. I never miss paprika in my food.
Okay.
Black pepper, garam masala, thyme, coriander leaves, curry powder, just anything that makes the food worth eating. Those are one of my favorites.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I believe we have another image to share with our audience members, so we're going to get that up on your screens right now. There's some chicken, and it's like, is this kukuchoma? Because it's on a grill.
Yeah, it is.
Tell me about this recipe.
This was marinated. I used garlic, ginger, rosemary, thyme. I marinated the chicken for like 6 hours. Yeah. Then I just
with the garlic, ginger, and rosemary.
I blended the garlic.
Okay.
I mixed all the spices together, and olive oil too. Yeah, mixed all the spices together, mixed the chicken in there, placed it on the grill. But for it now to like cook inside vizuri, I had to put it in an oven.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So typically, then, from your experience, how long do your recipes take in the kitchen to make?
About how long do recipes take in the kitchen?
Because some people say it's the end of the day, they're tired, wamepambana na traffic.
Yeah,
You want to get home, you still want to eat something good, but you also don't want to spend 3 hours in the kitchen.
I'd say it's
obviously
what
it could
meal
vary from recipe
from
to
the
recipe,
meal.
but
Yeah, because if you want to make really good chicken, you will need a lot of time. If you just want to make some nice fried rice, some nice mashed potatoes, you will just need the basics of spices and quite a short time to make them. Yeah.
Okay.
You don't need a lot of time to like make good food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For example, I want to give you a challenge now. If someone has 30 minutes to whip up a quick meal, your husband has said he's coming home in the next 30 minutes and you kind of want to whip up a quick meal, what are some of the things you could do? 30 minutes to 45 minutes.
30 minutes? 30 to 45 minutes. I do veggies, like mixed veggies, very nice veggies.
Would you steam them, fry them, stir fry? What would you do?
I'd steam them. I love githeri. I'd make some very nice fried githeri.
Okay.
And maybe some nice beef. That's it. Yeah. That's 45 minutes actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something pretty simple.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about food preparation. How important is that? I guess preparing things in advance. Does that help with speeding up the process of cooking? And how best to do that if there's any sort of hacks that you've discovered as far as food preparation, just to help out people in the kitchen?
Food preparation is actually very vital in the kitchen because I talked about marination. Most people just marinate, say like, let me use chicken. You just marinate chicken for like 2 hours and that's it. If, let's say you're having a party on Saturday, do your preparation on like Thursday or Friday to give it ample time for the flavors to, to get into the meat. That's how you will get good food.
Yeah.
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 That's an example I'd use.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of chicken, I think we have another image here just showing this is chicken with lemon.
Yeah.
Talk to me about this recipe.
This is lemon chicken. I sliced the lemons onto the chicken, just covered it with a foil paper and freezed it. Refrigerated it, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Refrigerated it for about 6 hours.
Okay.
After that, I fried the chicken.
Did you have any other spices on it, like salt, pepper?
Yeah, I did have salt. I had pepper.
Mm-hmm.
I had paprika and olive oil.
And did you squeeze the
Yes,
lemon?
I squeezed the lemon to get the juice.
The juice.
Yes.
So you squeeze the lemon juice on there, and then you place some lemon slices
Yes,
as well.
for the flavor to really get in.
Mm-hmm.
Then foiled it and placed it in the refrigerator.
Okay. And speaking of the marination process, it's also very important how one does it, right? So if you're preparing for a party on Saturday and you're prepping on Friday, you need to be marinating in the fridge.
Yes.
Yeah.
You should mix everything together, then just put it in the fridge. It has, I don't know, the cold has a way of getting the flavors inside the meat or the food, whatever you're making.
Right. Plus, I mean, safety wise too, it's not okay for raw meat to just sit outside
Exactly.
in room temperature for long
Exactly.
periods.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But even when you're coming to cook it, then you need to have taken it out so that you're not cooking. I know if you cook cold chicken, it actually makes the meat pretty tough, doesn't it?
Yeah, true. So just do it right. Remove it from the refrigerator, let it rest for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then you can now go on with the cooking process.
All right. So how's your food page coming along? You know, how's your community growing around it?
Wow. You know, I believe we are a very like lucky generation because we have all these platforms to showcase our abilities,
Mm-hmm.
our gifts, our talents, our hobbies, and for us to have such platforms,
Mm-hmm.
that's all we need for us young people. So my social media handles are really growing, and it's because of the food recipes or recipe creating.
Okay.
Yeah.
And speaking of those, let's get you can go ahead and share your handles and how people can get in touch with you and follow your work.
Okay. Wawera's Recipe Space
Mm-hmm.
on Instagram, Wawera Njagi on Twitter, and Vivian Wawera on Facebook.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming through today
Thank you for
and
having me.
sharing your recipes with us. And again, her name is Wawera Njagi. She's a food content creator. We've seen there some lemon chicken. We've heard about this coconut githeri. So you don't have to make githeri just the same way of boiling it. Talked about a quick meal that you can make in 45 minutes or less, some nice veggies. What did you say we could do as well in 45 minutes? The githeri as well.
Yeah, the githeri.
Yeah, but all of that again goes back to the pre-planning. So if you've boiled your beans in advance,
Yeah, don't
and they're
just
in
make
the
normal
freezer.
food. Kawaida food is boring nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just take some final feedback as we get ready to wrap up the show this morning. Jane from Timbo watching the show, and you say, I like it very much. Someone else here says, hey Joyce, I love the show. You don't need me your name, but thank you for that. Hey Joyce, looking lovely as always, learning the show and learning a lot. That's Liz watching us from Utawala. Betty from Kasarani tuned in and says, please ask her about those people with acidic food issues. Do you have recipes that they can play around with?
Wow. Now that I'd have to do my research.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, full circle with Joyce, thank you for the compliments. And you say, I actually like what the Afro fusion designers was doing, but one thing that lacks is the creativity to persuade the customers. Do you know how to come up with the best design in anything? You need a genius to fix up what you can't see. All right, that's Junior in Athi River. Asante sana for that. Hey Joyce, I've enjoyed the show very much. Benjamin is just great. I must wake up now and look for a job. For 7 years I've been sitting in the house with my diploma, just agreeing to my hobby. I'm tired since I lack personal income. If you can help, please do. My last baby is almost 2 years old. That's Karimi from Kitengela. Good for you, girl, that you're taking his advice here and saying do something for yourself. You don't have to stay at home if you don't want to. Go out there. My previous guest, started a business in fashion design because she couldn't find anything. So the world is yours for the taking. So I'm glad that you're encouraged by that this morning. Someone here says, I'm Jane and I'd like to nominate myself for Friday's Makeover. I'm a big fan of your show. It's really inspiring. Thank you very much. One here was saying that they do African beadings and would have loved to collaborate with Laura Chiang. That's Charlene Sanayo from Kite. Thank you very, very much from that. Lots of SMSs still from our segment with Benjamin Zulu. I really appreciate your feedback, guys. And it's great to know that so many of you are encouraged in your relationships through the conversations that we have here. With that said, I think my voice is done for the day. Let me just read our quote one last time as I get ready to call it a day. It said, move out of your comfort zone. You can only grow if you are willing to feel awkward and uncomfortable when you try something new. I'll read that one more time. Move out of your comfort zone. You can only grow if you're willing to feel awkward and uncomfortable when you try something new. And that there is by Brian Tracy. Shout out to my crew. Yesterday was actually one of them's birthday. Lynette is her name. Shout out to her. Happy birthday, Lynette. And from everybody here, my producer and the entire team, I do want to thank you guys so much. Let's meet here again tomorrow for even more Full Circle with Joyce. Sauti Mende Mekata, but at least we made it through. God bless you and have yourselves a wonderful day. Ciao.